My name is Nathanael, and this is my story. I grew up in church right here in Crossroads. As I grew up, I took advantage of every camp, every VBS, every chance I had to participate in any sort of activity. And then once I graduated high school and transitioned into college, just kind of came to that place, that crossroads, where it was time for me to kind of take that faith that my parents had instilled in me and kind of take it as my own. Instead of doing that, I wandered off a little bit and started to just kind of live life how I wanted to live it, drifting further and further from God until the point where I decided that even if there was a God, I couldn't see any evidence of a good God that was still present in our broken world, and continued to distance myself further from God, and ultimately led to distancing myself further from friends, certain leaders, from family members. And remember very clearly is both my parents, especially my dad, just having conversations with him, expressing where I was at, and thinking back, knowing how much his heart must have been breaking for me to be telling him things like, I just don't believe that there's a good God, and what that must have done to him. But I can think back and I can just remember my dad sitting there and patiently listening to me and continuing to love me, and he never called me stupid, or never looked down on me, or never kind of said, "What the heck are you doing, Nathaniel? Like, you know better than this." He waited patiently, and he just continued to love me through it. And now that I look back at that, I can see that represented Jesus' love for us, where he would come and die for us, but he would never force himself on us. I just continued to distance myself and drift, and I got to the point where I just felt empty inside, and I decided that I didn't want to feel empty. I can remember the night that I just knelt down in my bedroom, and I said, "God, Jesus, I don't know if you're real or not. I don't even know if you are real, if you're still present in our world. I don't know if you see me, but I need you, and I need something, and I can't do this life how I've been doing it." And Jesus met me right there in my room. Not only is God real, but he's good, and he sees me, and he sees my hurt. It's really become my own personal relationship with God, where it's not dependent on my parents, it's not dependent on any youth leaders or youth pastors. I've seen some changes in my own life, just as far as the joy that I have, the peace that I have, even through trials, having hope and trust in Jesus, that he really is that anchor. Started serving at youth, really just desiring to be able to instill that knowledge of Jesus' love in our youth, and the way that it's impacted me is just, first off, accountability, because I'm leading. Make sure that I continue to seek after Jesus, and continue to hold myself to a standard, and surrounding myself with accountability has made a major difference. My name is Nathaniel. Jesus changed my life, and I will never be the same.